very first ever virtual Central Division women's event. We are so glad that you've chosen to join with us tonight. And we're excited and nervous. And I can say that none of us are professionals at this. So if there are any gaffes, please forgive those gaffes. I just want to welcome you to year 19.5 at our anniversary event. And you might wonder why we're doing a 19 and a half year anniversary. Well, this year, as you all know, COVID has kind of taken over the world, and in the Central Division and in all of our regions has canceled our in-person events. And the Central Division women wanted to make sure that we could continue to connect with you and didn't want this little bug to get in the way of us having a great time, having lots of laughter, and sharing some teaching moments for everybody. So tonight, what we want to do is we want to give you the best virtual event that we're able to do as unprofessionally as possible. Everything you see tonight, I have to let you know that there are no actors in this group. It's all just us. And we are excited to have you be part of our event. You are going to you're going to enjoy the photo scavenger hunt. We have a great video of stuff patrollers say. And when I watched the first cut of it, we were all in tears laughing. We also have some skills videos for you tonight. And those skills videos will be posted to our YouTube channel. There may be some additional ones that are there. So I encourage you to check out our YouTube channel later on so you can see those skill videos repeated if you want them. And again, these are real patrollers. These are not actors. And so we are here today and tonight to help you have a good time. The other thing I want you to know is that we understand there are watch parties going on out there where individuals have not signed up to be on our Zoom event, but instead there's one host and there are a number of patrollers present with them. If you are a host of a watch party, I ask that you type in the first and last name of those patrollers who are with you for your watch party, because that's going to make a difference at the end of the program when we do a giveaway drawing. And we'll explain more about that in a little while. But again, welcome to the 2021 Central Division Women's Event. So take it away.
Okay, so thank you, Kirsten. And I think at this point, we'd like to introduce the staff. So staff, go right ahead.
Amy Arnold, I ski at Snow Trails, which is in Mansfield, Ohio.
Linda Jacobs, I ski at Nubs Knob, Northern Michigan.
Linda Barthel, Mount Brighton, Southeast Michigan.
Lori Cobble, Swiss Valley, Michigan.
Yeah.
Kirsten Hammerberg, Buck Hill, Minnesota.
Darcy Hanley, Perfect North Slopes, Erica in Florida.
Chris Mo-Hurlick, Nubs Nub up in northwestern Michigan. Woohoo!
I can just go here.
Sue Brand, Timber Ridge, Western Michigan region.
Erica Kroll, Timber Ridge, Western Michigan region.
Hi, Kathy Brennan, Timber Ridge, Western Michigan region.
Chris Liebau, Alpine Valley East, Detroit, Michigan.
Cheryl Rodabaugh, Mad River Mountain, Ohio region.
I'm Julie Timmons. I ski at Wilmot Mountain in the Southern region.
Lauren Robleski, I ski at Swiss Valley in Southern region.
Amanda Perryman. I'm from Ober-Gatlinburg in Tennessee. Hello.
Barb Reed, are you on?
Yeah, Barb Reed. I ski at Perfect North Slopes, Ohio region.
Okay, Kirsten, I think that is all the staff.
Let me see. Tanya, are you online with us?
I don't see her.
Okay, Tanya Bruce Thomas is the National Women's Advisor. She is skiing her shift tonight and was hoping to get enough website or Wi-Fi connection to join us. So Tanya may pop in later on. If she does pop in, I'll have her. Oh, hey, Tanya's here. Let me just give it over to Tanya.
Hey, I just want to say hey, and I'm so excited to be 84 on here now. Kirsten has done a great job being the only.
Well, I know she's got difficult reception, so it's kind of breaking up a little bit. So Tanya, if you can give it another shot, go ahead. All right, Darcy, we're going to come back to Tanya if we can get her in a little bit.
I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
Are you
wait,
there?
there she is.
I don't know what happened. The whole Zoom crashed down. It was a Zoom crash. So I'm so excited to have 84 people on the call. Tristan and her team have done a great job putting together the only women's program that I know of that's division wide. So good job, team. I'm excited to see what we have to do, but just wanted you to know I'm here. We have the page on the national site that says who's who for the national program and supervisors. We have the Facebook page. There's a private women's page. You need to request to join, and you have to put where you've been, what division you're in, which is Central, I hope you know, and then where you patrolled for how long, and then answer a question, and then boop, you get in. And I think that's it. If you guys need anything, you can message me. My email is womens@nspserves.org. Happy to do anything to help.
And for everyone, Tanya is amazing and she's a pleasure to work with. She is very responsive and she's awesome. So Tanya, thanks for being our women's representative at NSP. Yay.
Yeah, and I'm only like just here. I worked a shift all day, but I had to put my 6-year-old to bed first. So I'm gonna go get a beer and then I'll be ready.
Thanks for joining us. All right, everyone. Kick back with your favorite beverage and let's go forward.
Right on. Oh, sorry, wrong file.
Darcy, real quick, when that plays up, will you make sure that the Facebook Live has started?
Yeah, I thought I did, but I will get that going here. Yes, I will. Let's see here. Let's get it from the beginning. All right. Okay. Are you ready, Kirsten?
I'm ready. Go for it.
It's the history. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Again, everybody, these are real patrollers. We're not actors, and we're working on technology. So give us just a moment. We'll be right with you.
Okay, let's see here. Whoops.
Hey, while you're doing that, I'm gonna put a link to the Facebook page and my email in the chat.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hang on a minute here. Let's get this Share to the group. Too many buttons to push.
Darcy, you're doing a great job.
Too many buttons.
Darcy Hanley is a patroller from Perfect North Slopes, but in the wintertime, most of the wintertime, she resides in Florida. So we should all feel very sorry for her because I think it's probably, I don't know, 65, 75 degrees right now, maybe
Yeah.
warmer.
Yeah, probably like 72.
Okay, and so for me in Minnesota, I actually traveled to Florida for a business trip. And when I left on Tuesday morning, it was 1 degree. And when I arrived in Daytona Beach, it was 72 and humid. And I didn't even know what to do with myself. So, Darcy, thank you for being our techno genius and getting everything taken care of. And we hope that you get some colder weather soon so you can ski down there.
I know, me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kirsten, I want to, while Darcy's getting herself fired up here, I want to recognize some dignitaries that have signed on. Amanda has signed on. She is our Southern Division. While Darcy's getting herself fired up here, I want to recognize some dignitaries.
Oh, we got a loop there.
Yeah, we got a loop.
Okay, so I'm not sure. Let me stop the share here.
All right.
So I did fire up Facebook Live and it's streaming, it says, but if it's not, I'm out of ideas. Clueless.
All right, let's go to the PowerPoint for the history and we'll just continue moving right along.
All right.
But Linda, LB, I just want to say thank you for remembering to recognize some of our dignitaries. Let's come back to that as soon as we do a little history here. I just want to let everyone know a little bit of history about the women's program in the Central Division. So we'll go forward on the slide. There we go. Our humble beginnings. First of all, I want to thank Linda Murphy Jacobs. She visited the Eastern Division Women's Clinic way back right before, before dinosaurs. But 19 and a half years ago, she brought the Central Division, she brought the women's program to the Central Division, and she helped develop this event that has continued to grow and morph into something amazing after all these years. So 19 and a half years later, here we are. And we just want to say thank you to Murph from all the women of the Central Division. Just a little history of where we started. In 2001, the first event was held at Crystal Mountain in Michigan. And this was the beginning of the women's division or women's event in the Central Division. They had 25 women who attended the inaugural event. And the official agenda that I found in our history was called Chicks on Sticks. Here's a nice photo of Murph from years ago, but the original staff of the first Central Division Women's Program, Linda Barthel, Ann Bladow, Loretta Cobble, Maureen Harris, Chris Moherlick, Linda Murphy Jacobs, Ilga Himley, and Jane Mauser, all are fairy godmothers of this program. Just some themes that we had over the years. Back to 2002 at Perfect North Slopes, 2003 Cascade Mountain. Folders were always given to the women. 2004 at Marquette, 2007 at Mount Lacrosse. And these folder covers were designed by the women of the staff of the Central Division Women's Program. 2010 at Perfect North, and then again at Boyne Highlands in 2011. 2012 brought us to Big Powderhorn. 2013 found us at Cascade Mountain in Wisconsin. And we had a whole bunch of other programs in between. In 2014, we traveled to Mount Bohemia, and it was an amazing event. And I also just wanted to let you all know what the women's program logo looks like. And you can get this on the National Ski Patrol website. You can find a pin that you can purchase for yourself right there. But we will be giving a couple of those away. So stay tuned for that. the Chicks on Sticks Clinic had a poem that was written by a patroller that attended, Jane Perlman. Was a program with plans gently laid. The certified girls are a true set of pearls. It was worth every cent that was paid. The day of instruction kept moving. We followed them bumping and grooving. As we made each turn, we felt our legs burn.
Shoot, sorry. Technical.
But our skills were slowly improving. At dinner, we had quite a ball. Gifts were passed out, both large and small. And it's with great pleasure that I pass on this treasure. The most coveted gift of all is the vest. And if you've been to one of our women's clinics, I'd like to have Cricket Nicklau model the vest for you. This was last year at Shush Mountain. And if you ever see the vest at one of our women's clinics, you'll know that there are secrets inside. And if you ever want to know what those secrets are, please ask the woman that's wearing the vest if she'll open it and display those for you. And each woman that has received it has left a special message behind for all to read. Along with the vest, we've gone with Pearl, and Pearl was given to us by Mary Gaffney, and Pearl has been joined with the vest now for a couple of years. Pearl has a lift ticket from all of the events that she's attended inside her National Ski Patrol badge holder. And last year, when we went to 2 events, we were at Shush Mountain in Michigan, and then we were at Tyrol Basin in Wisconsin. We had to have another representative that could be given at the second event. So I'd like to introduce you to Glitterbutt. We thought her name was going to be Diamond, but everyone decided it had to be Glitterbutt. So you can meet our newest representative, and Danny is our first Glitterbutt recipient. And Glitterbutt's been making her way around, and pictures have been posted on the Central Division website of some of Glitterbutt's adventures. And we had a little bit of garbled song in the beginning. However, if you recognized some of the words, it's by the Backyardigans. The song is called Ski Patrol to the Rescue. And if you'd like to hear it in its entirety and sing along, here are the words for you. But if you come to one of our women's clinics, you might hear this song being sung throughout the event. And that's the end of our historical PowerPoint. And I just wanted to say this picture captures it for all of us. And she lived happily ever after as a woman patroller on skis, telemark skis, or snowboard. And we're so excited that you're here with us today.
Thank you, Kirsten. And now,
hi, I'm Dana Zidak. I'm with the Ohio region at Boston Mills, Brandywine, Alpine Valley.
No picture, Darcy, no picture.
Hang on.
About yoga.
Hang on.
Specifically about breathing and yoga and skiing. So I'm going to try to be really quick and to the point. If you have been fortunate enough to be trained by Amy Arnold, who is...
All right, let's try this again.
Hi, I'm Dana Zidak. I'm with the Ohio region at Boston Mills, Brandywine, Alpine Valley, and I'm here today to just share a little bit about yoga, most specifically about breathing and yoga and skiing. So I'm going to try to be really quick and to the point. If you have been fortunate enough to be trained by Amy Arnold, who is level 3 here in Central Division, you have most assuredly heard her talk about breathing. She is a yogi as well. And what we've learned in yoga is having some control over our breath. And the reason that this plays a big part in skiing is if you are a skier who has some yikes zone, and I have some yikes zone, those of you that have skied with me and have been my trainer know that I can get into a position where I'm literally frozen. And what has happened with me in the past is that I start some really shallow breathing, almost holding my breath, just kind of just a way that my body responds to being scared. And I always had all these guys come up to me and they'd be like, just do it, you know, like, dude, if I could do it, I wouldn't be standing here with my little legs shaking. But I am. I had a woman come up to me, a woman patroller, when I was in this really fearful position, who said, sit down and breathe. Okay. Yeah, you gotta breathe, right? That's what Amy tells us when we're skiing. If we don't have breath and we don't have breath in our limbs are not gonna do what we've asked them to do. They're not gonna make that connection. And then just overall with our anxiety level, if that's an issue for us in our skiing, then we need to pay attention to that as well. So getting into yoga will help you with your breathing, but you can find all kinds of things on the internet. The most important thing that you can do is take in a full breath, and that means expanding your belly. And I think as women a lot, we've been taught to hold our bellies in and try to look as skinny as we can. But we need to expand our belly, and that means our belly is gonna come out. We also want to expel all of our breath, and we want to practice. Just like we practice our skiing, just like we practice our toboggan skills and our OEC skills, we have to practice breathing. So find a way to practice your breathing so that you have control over your breathing. It's going to help your skiing with that. Take care. Hi, ski patrollers, it's Dana again. I want to go over one yoga pose with you today, and we're going to talk about alignment for that yoga pose. So we're going to do mountain pose. Good pose for us, right? It's also called Tadasana, which is the Sanskrit word for it. And so we want to just stand with our feet about hip distance apart. We've heard that before. We're going to loosen or soften our knees and our ankles. So at the joint of our ankles and our knees, we're just going to kind of soften a little bit. One thing that happens to many of us, especially those of us that were brought up in a time where we were taught to kind of stick our butts out a little bit and pull our bellies in, is that we get a little sway back when we're in this position. So some of us need to remember to kind of tuck our tail in a little bit, engage our core, but keep our legs loose and soft. We're going to pull our shoulders back and down in a real relaxed state. We're going to present our hands forward. And this is called mountain pose. We just did yoga, and it's something that we do in skiing every day. Bye.
So, at this point, I think Kathy and your team of judges, we're going to talk about the scavenger hunt. So Kathy or Barb or Cheryl, either you want to talk about this a little bit?
Well, we created a scavenger hunt, or like it was a photo challenge for us to sort of highlight our areas and our women patrollers and what we do on a daily basis. So the four of us got together last night to judge and figure out And the
Quiet.
criteria was basically.
Hang on, everybody.
Dog.
Hold on a second, Kathy. If everyone can remember to put themselves on mute, that would be really great. Thanks, everybody.
All right. So I just wanted to just go over, there were 4 criteria. It was really hard to decide the winners because we had 15 challenges. It was hard to decide because there were so many great submissions, but we decided that we went, does it promote women patrollers? Does the picture showcase the patrollers' home area? And does it fit the challenge? Like we had 15 challenges. And then a creativity factor was looked at as well. So who wants to read the winners? Darcy, was that going to be you?
Yeah, I'll be glad to.
Okay, that was great.
So the submissions, there were a lot of them, and the judges selected congratulations to Christine Morris for Snow Angel Selfie, Best Square Knot, Christine Morris, and Creative Sam Splint, Jen Squires. Congratulations. For the Edible Ski Patrol Cross was a creative submission from Rose DeJarnay. Fave View from your area, Stacy Kaliner. And if I mispronounce your name, I so apologize. And Favorite Tracks, Christine Morris. Next submissions were Abandoned Ski Equipment. Oh my gosh, Barb G. That's what I'm going to call you, Barb. I'm not going to even attempt it. Oldest Ski Pass, Jenny Snavely. Patrol Room Repair Needed, Jenny Snavely. Congratulations.
That looked like fire.
It didn't look good, did it? Yeah, this wasn't looking good at all. House of Cards, Jenny Snavely. Versatile pack item, a zip tie gal. Who are you, zip tie gal? And favorite fridge
That's
item,
me.
Kelly. Who's me?
Sorry, zip tie. Jane Blythe from Timber Ridge. I submitted that picture.
And groomer job in your area, Madeline Willemstein. And first picture on skis, Madison Willemstein. So congratulations to all of our winners. Did I miss it? Yeah, no, I got it. Congratulations to all of our winners. So I'm now going to share, we're going to go through some videos. And Kirsten, do you want to give a lead in while I pull this up? There are a series of videos.
I'm going to do my best to do the lead in. Now remember, we are all real patrollers. There are no actors here. So if you see flubs or gaffes, please forgive us. But again, if you've attended one of our women's clinics, you know that those things happen at the women's clinic. So we're going to lead off with some boot fitting, and we're going to move into some equipment usage like poles. We're going to do some ski stuff like falling leaf, telly. We're going to do some telly, some snowboarding, some toboggan. So sit tight and watch the videos.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about your stance and how important your boots are to set you up in a good stance. So a good fitted boot is going to be your godsend. It's going to have, you'll feel much more comfortable. You'll be able to last a lot longer, and your performance will not be inhibited by an ill-fitting boot. So every chance you get, you need to go out, find a good boot fitter in your area, check out a custom fit orthotic, which goes in your footbed, and then make sure they're doing an alignment to make sure your canting is correct. So we want to be able to run a flat ski and not edged at all. So starting from the very beginning, finding a good boot fitter and getting fitted in a good boot. And it's a process. Expect to spend a couple hours getting fitted and then return trips to refine the fit. So this is Margaret Bauer. She's the patrol director here at Nubs Knob, and she's kindly donated her legs for it. Okay, so she can flex and relax and flex again. So you can see there's a little bit of give in the shell. So this is a properly fitted boot because she's able to work the plastic, work the shell. Another thing that you notice when she goes ahead and she gets in her correct skiing stance is there's no gap. She has no gap in the back. She has no gap in the front. That's critical because if there is a gap here, you're losing your power steering. There's a delay between your reaction in the boot and then the reaction of the ski. So this is a very nice fitted boot. It works well for her size, her weight. It's the lane, maybe a little narrower. You know, she may have a narrower foot, so it's a good fit. Margaret, I'm gonna ask you to flex again. And does your heel move at all? No. That's key. Anytime you go ahead and you flex in your boot and pressure the shin on the front, there should be no heel lift. All right, so Margaret, you're gonna get into your nice strong skiing stance. Excellent. Eyes forward, good balance. What you're gonna see is flex in the ankles, flex in the knee, and a bend, a little bit of flex here at the hip, right here at the hip. She's not gonna slouch, but she's gonna be flexed. The key points to look for in a good stance, especially for us as an instructor, when we look, we're gonna see an angle in the shaft that should match the angle in her hip and shoulder, okay? So if she stands upright, I want you to stay flat, and then open up your hips, straighten out your back.
Yep.
There
we go. Yep.
So now what she's done is she's opened up her hips and now her back is straight, and consequently what that does is take her weight and put it behind her heels.
Black.
Boot fitter and got yourself set up with a good boot. Now it's time to get yourself into the boot and out on the hill. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you're not wearing the same socks to the hill that you're going to use to ski in. The socks that you ski in should be the very ones that you wore during your boot fit. I prefer a very light polypropylene liner, and with a great boot fit, my feet are always warm. The next thing you want to do is stand up, put your boot on your foot, step inside, get that heel seated in that back pocket with a good wrap on the floor. Position the tongue inside the shell of the boot. I like to have mine offset on the inside a little bit. Use your booster strap or speed strap on the inside of your plastic liner, securing the tongue of that boot right up on your shin. Next, you're gonna buckle the middle buckle closest to your ankle, as tight as you can get it. Then your top buckle, snug it down. The lower two buckles are pretty insignificant and can be very light. Check them for tightness, and you're ready to go.
Good morning. Let's talk a little bit about how to select the correct pole for skiing for your body size. What I'd like you to do is turn your pole upside down, grip it under the basket, and put it in the snow. You should find a right angle in your arm. If it's here, if it's more than a right angle, it's too long. If it's down here, too short. Again, another quick test is to take your pole baskets behind you and flick your wrist. If the pole clears, it's probably the right length. Pole usage today is not using much of the arm at all. It's a wrist flick. So you flick your wrist, touch your pole. Flick your wrist, touch your pole. So let's talk about pole movement. There's very little upper arm movement. What we want you to do is flick your wrist. Flick your wrist, touch, 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 touch. Very little movement except in the wrist.
Hi, I'm Erica with the Central Division Women's Program, and this is Sue. And we're going to be working on one of my favorite drills today. This is a drill called a Dixie Doodle, and it comes in really handy or helpful for when you're having trouble working on pivots in your transitions when you're sledding or tobogganing, but it's also a great drill that helps just with edging and balance and rotary. So a Dipsy Doodle is in the drill, we're going to start with a falling leaf. We're going to do a falling leaf, fore, aft, and then on the aft, right at the end of the aft motion, the tips of your skis often are already pointed, starting to point or drift downhill, and we're going to use that little bit of momentum with the skis coming back and the tips pointing down to come around on a pivot. We're going to do that just 180 degrees, and then again, fore, aft, and pivot. Key points and things to think about when you're doing these are why, what they're good for. To be parallel, you want the pivot to be a constant pace, and you want a nice stable upper body with all of the movement coming from the hips down.
Welcome to Telly Course 101 at Nub Knob. Let's start off with our stance. First of all, I want you to draw the Telly box. If you can move the camera down to my feet, I want you to look at drawing a line from your toes and your heels. Now, as you drop down into your Telly stance, you're going to retract that uphill leg back so that the toe is behind that line that you just drew for your heel. So it's going to come back here, drop down. The forward leg will come out a little bit past that line, and you're going to sink down into that Telly stance. The important aspect is that there's a space right here. Now, of course, you're not going to go down the hill with your pull between your legs, but you want a space between the two legs. So if we come back up to that box and we try to shift our weight again, let's try retracting the other side. Drop down, space between. The next aspect is I want you to look at the retracted leg femur. That femur should be pointed straight up to the sky. So as I retract down, this femur is going straight up to the shoulders, The forward leg has got an angle. That's your Telly Tips 101 for retraction. All right, welcome back to Telly Tips. Now we're going to concentrate on the femur. The last exercise we talked about the stance and the retraction being the high straight femur. We're going to concentrate on that as we go across the fall line in our retraction, holding this position and concentrating on our retracted leg being a straight femur, pointing right up to the sky or right up to the shoulder. You ready? Okay, just to summarize from that last exercise, we were focusing on retraction with a straighter femur. So why are we doing that? The reason why we're doing that is as I pull back the retracted leg and I have that straight femur, look at where my center of mass is over the base of support. Our base of support is the scissors of our legs and we're dropping in between.
Okay, so let's talk about a transfer of an alpine skier moving into telemark. A really good drill is the 3-on-3. We're going to do 3 alpine turns, 3 telly turns. You shouldn't see much change in the upper body, just in the movement down below. And by alternating, you're developing your balances, your center of masses, and your edging.
Hi, I'm Sue with the Central Division Women's Clinic Program. I want to welcome all of you ladies there here today. I want to go over a drill that you can use to work on rope handling and work on your pivots. If you looked at Erica's video earlier on Dipsy Doodle, that plays into this function back here on tail rope. So I'm going to use proper rope handling skills. So that means I've got my palms up, thumbs out, the rope across the palm of my hand. The downhill hand is going to be an extension of the tail rope. So when I'm in the direction I'm in right now, this is my downhill hand. When I make my pivot and go in the other direction, my other hand becomes the downhill hand. So this is a good drill to use. You get your best ski drill buddy, and mine is Erica today. She's going to be my goat. So you can practice, you can use this rope-a-goat drill so you can practice your rope handling and your pivots and your side slips without having to get the whole rig out of the shed. And it's very easy to carry back uphill and get back uphill. So this is what it's going to look like. Erica's going to go down She'll be in a gliding wedge, and I'm gonna stay back here and practice all my maneuvers and my pivots. So there's the rope-a-goat drill. So I hope you picked your best buddy, your patrol buddy, and get out and do some practice. Make sure when you have your buddy as your goat, that they know that they have to have a consistent speed going down the hill, and that I am the one as the tail person controlling the tension on the rope.
Okay, awesome. We're moving on to some toboggan skills.
This is Kirsten. Maybe I should narrate this a little bit. We're doing the tail rope dance. If you've ever struggled with how to work with a partner in tail rope, you can use this drill, much like the rope-a-goat, to do a dance back and forth between your two people, so that you get the idea of how to work together and on your tail roping skills. This view is more of the hand position, just like Sue and Erica were demonstrating. Getting close in, always two hands on the rope and being able to move it back and forth when you do a left turn, right turn, or left pivot, right pivot.
So today what I want to talk about is operating the toboggan inside the handles of the sled. First of all, if you have an emergency chain brake, you want to make sure that this is at the ready. You can do that by holding it in your hand, making sure that it's not on a little knob that's here. So just hold it loosely in your hand. Now for women, there's an issue about where do you stand or where do you ski and ride when you're in the toboggan handles. Be out here. If you're taller, you can have your hands on the orange pads and you've got some leverage. But for those of us who are not as tall, sometimes moving back in the handles is the best position to be in, because you can still have your pressure down on the front of your toboggan, but when necessary, you can pull up using less arm strength and using more leg strength. And the further back you go, the more leverage you have. If you have to bring your hand back and put it on this handle, then you've got even more leverage. Just by straightening your legs. So this area in the handles, you can be forward, you can be backward, depending on what you need to do and how much leverage you need to lift the front of the toboggan. And that's it. So now we'll talk about outside the handles. And this is something that you use when you're in a mogul field and you're bringing it down a steep incline in the moguls. You still have all of this area to work with, but now your chain brake release, again, is in your hand on the whichever side toboggan you're on. And now you've got leverage to use with your crossbar. So depending on where you need to be, you can be further back, you can be further forward, but you've always got two hands on the toboggan. This also allows you to be able to push out further and pull back further when you're doing mogul work. And so now you're in a good position, keeping your body still in this area, but you've got your hands, two hands on the toboggan at all times. That's it. Dr. Ready. Are you ready? All right, so here we go. Okay, whenever you're ready. Pull back more, pull backwards more. Go ahead.
Okay, refill your drinks. We're on to snowboard.
Hi, I'm Kathy Brennan from Timber Ridge Ski Patrol, and I am going to show you how to do a pick and pickup on the snowboard. And I would like to demo this technique that makes it very easy to do without taking your board off. And, so the first thing I'm going to do is approach the patient on my heel side and ask permission to treat and to pick up. And then I will immediately switch to my toe side because I want to get around the downhill side of the toboggan to lock the downhill handle. So I'm going to show you how to do this and we'll go forward, okay? All right, here I go. I'm going to the bottom side, that's the downhill side of the handle. I'm going to lock the handle, the downhill handle. I'm going to pivot the toboggan below my patient. And now, for loading. Put my chain down because it's a little icy today. Uphill. Now I am in position to bring the handles to me. I do not need to go out and around the handles. It's safer to bring the handles to you. I'm going to show you also how to do a fall line descent. I'm going to show you also how to do a fall line descent using both toe side and heel side on the snowboard. And I'm going to do a box turn where I'll be traversing the hill both toe side and heel side to show you the versatility of a snowboard and the options that you have on both toe and heel side. Okay? So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to bring the handles to me so I can get in the handles. Side slipping down a little bit. I'm going to first of all ask my tail rope operator, are you ready? Patient ready? Okay. I brought the putting a little pressure on the handle. Okay, that demo was completed on a blue run. And you can do that procedure on a black run, a green run. You can, it's what you master, your toe side, you can use your toe side as effectively as your heel side. So most important thing is to make sure you get your transitions down crisply. Like you have to have your pivot turns done, you know, very, very crisp, so that's the most critical thing. Okay.
Hi, my name is Chris Lebow. Welcome to my living room and my indoor mobile field I constructed here for talk about the toboggan through the bumps. Okay, we're back. We've got our mobile field. We have a toboggan that we've built here. We have just kind of artistic representation. We have the fins here on the bottom represented in some black marks here. We have got handles, and we've got a little chain braking here just kind of for demonstration purposes. So the objective here is that when we're taking the toboggan through moguls is we're guiding its descent just like we are when we have it on any other steep, flat, whatever terrain. It's really more guiding it and helping into control. I'm not going to say that this isn't worth taking it through the bumps. It is, but if you do it efficiently, it can be less good. So we want to guide. So we want to kind of guide this descent down through the bumps. And so one of the key things that we have here is that we want to take the center of mass of this through the troughs. So it's not about us up in front going down through and skiing the bumps. You know, we can get through the bumps, but we've got to get this through the bumps too. And so what we want to focus on is making sure that we guide, is that we guide this center of mass through here. There's still going to be a little bit of rock and turn in through here, but we're not going up and over, because you can see what happens with the chain brake. As soon as we get caught up on something here, sometimes if you've done this before, you're stuck down here and you're pulling and you're pulling and you're on top of the bump, and it's really inefficient. And it's also a rough ride for the person that's in it, and we have less control. So we want to really focus on not moving the front of the toboggan through these troughs, but the center of mass. And that's because the center of mass is further back in this area where the fins are. And so kind of jumping ahead here, you know, kind of think of it like driving a semi. We've all sat there looking ahead, and we're in the left turn lane, and there's a semi that's coming this way, and they're going to turn right, okay? And they're trying really hard not to get those back wheels up on that curb. And it may or may not happen for them, because they're trying to avoid getting you, who's parked in the left lane, here to turn left. So they're trying to avoid you. So that analogy, this turns kind of wide like a semi, other than they can go up over the curb. We don't want to go up over the curb, because the curb to us is like trying to fight these fins up the side of this bump. So what happens if we focus just on the front of this, moving through, if we're coming down and we come here, and as soon as we have a clearing here, people start trying to turn this. But if you look, you know, now I'm trying to push this up the side of this bump, and it's not gonna come around. What we need to do is allow this to come further forward to clear some of that bump, maybe even up onto this next bump a little bit, and then turn and go down through here. So the semi doesn't want to hit the person in the left turn lane. Okay, well, in mogul land, this is that car, and it's okay if we touch it. We're not trying to avoid it. It's not a bad thing for this to kind of go up on that bump. We don't want to slam it into that bump, but we can kind of give it a kiss and kind of come up and rise up a little bit on there, okay? And that allows us to more gently, it drops some of the resistance in the sled and allows us to more easily redirect it into this next position, okay? So talk about kind of like driving that semi. We need to take those wide turns and get it past the mogul before we try to change direction of the toboggan. And we can use this bump. So again, the other part of this too is we can use the terrain to help control the speed. And so this can kind of serve as a little bit of a speed check in a way, okay? Because now we have an upward motion of the toboggan, we've got a chain brake, all that kind of stuff. So this is an opportunity for a little bit of a speed check and a redirect down here. So it does create a little bit of rise here in the toboggan, but we're not doing this all over the place, okay? So kind of coming back here, we talked about the center of mass. By moving the center of mass through here, it does give a little bit smoother ride for the person that's on the toboggan, rather than trying to ride them up this one and come over here and then ride them up this one and come around that way, the way that somebody might ski it. If you tried it before, you know how exhausting that can be. You can tank yourself in just one run, really trying to fight the terrain. So use it to your advantage. And then the consistent speed part here too, what we want to manage is, you know, objects in motion remain in motion. And so having a smoother, more consistent speed is going to help you overcome some of those different variations in terrain that can slow us down and hang us up. The other thing I want to point out too here is, you'll notice as we come through here is that we may have some, what I'm calling dynamic tracer height, right? And then we come down here, see how low this is to this bump? Okay, and then we're rising up again and coming around. And that's not a bad thing, but we have to be prepared for that when we're out there, because we feel like we're not in control when those handles rise and fall relative to the ground. That's a natural thing. And so we have to embrace that and allow that to happen and be prepared for it in order to maneuver the sled effectively. Okay. Right, thanks. Hi, my name is Chris Lebow. Welcome to my living room and my indoor mobile field I constructed here for talk about navigating the toboggan through the bumps. So in one of my last videos, I talked about the dynamic handles and how when the relationship of the handles in the bumps and how it's going to change with the distance. Since then, I have to have come across this lovely hand model here. And one of the other things we talk about is the body positions. We talked about how to move the toboggan through the bumps, but what's happening with us, what's going on with us is very different than what's happening with the toboggan. And that can lead to us feeling like we don't have control of it. But again, understanding what we need to do in order to successfully navigate the toboggan. So one of the things is when we have the toboggan in the bumps, we are outside of the handles. We're not in the middle, okay? And so with that, you're gonna play with it and figure out which side is your strong side, which side of the toboggan you feel better with, what downhill leg is stronger, okay? And part of that, as we move the toboggan through the moguls, is that you will drop your tails down the hill this way. See how this moves through here and you're coming up? So there's a lot of dynamic movement in here. These handles are particularly low for this particular person, so excuse the scale difference. But as this comes through the middle like we want it to, this person has their tails dropped and is kind of side slipping backward through here. And when we change the direction of the toboggan here, once we've cleared, again, once the center of mass is cleared around this bump, now we turn to more of a push type of a thing. And so we're guiding it kind of laterally from side to side. We're guiding that descent. So to do this, we're gonna have to point our tips down the hill, right, with that, and kind of push and rise over that bump and let that come down. And then when we kind of kiss this bump here and these come up, now we drop our tails and guide the toboggan down here through. And again, up here, okay, get a little bit of an up. We've cleared, our toboggan has cleared this bump, and now we're able to push forward, change our tips down the hill, leading with our tips. and going through here, okay? Again, bump, here, change direction, tails drop. So it's a little bit of a dance. There's a little bit of a rhythm that gets established, just like any other bump type of stuff. So without a whole lot of talking, I'm gonna go through and just walk through that sequence I just showed. Tails dropped, tips leading, change direction, tails drop, change direction, tips leading, change direction, tails drop.
All right, so just like we talked about in the last video, we don't want to be inside of the handles when we're doing the mobile toboggan run. We're actually going to be outside. And one of the things that you want to do is you want to position yourself further down here because you're going to have a better grip ability and you're not going to be so far out here. Remember how we talked about there's a dynamic handle height. If you're way out here and the handle's way up here, you're not going to be able to reach it. So you're going to have slightly less dynamic body movement the closer you are up to the nose of the toboggan. So through your different runs, you'll find out which side is stronger. If you like having your right leg downhill or your left leg downhill. All right, so I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do a demo here, something that you can practice at home if you don't have mobiles, or if you do, just getting used to how your tips and your tails are gonna be used to move the toboggan back and forth downhill. Hi, this is Chris Lebow, and this is the behind the scenes footage of the making of the mobile field in my dining room. Use some ordinary items like alligator clips to hold some of the sheets in place. I've got this nice jersey knit fabric that's flexible here. I've got this built on a nice card table, skinny card table just sort of propped up on one end. And I had some other ordinary household items just sort of laying around that weren't really in use that had some features that were just the right size. Stay safe on the slopes.
Oh, goodness. So, Kirsten, our next item is Stuff Said. Do you want to give an intro before we roll with this, or do you want me to just roll?
I think you need to just roll after what Chris showed us. Go ahead.
Right on. Here we go.
I can't start the snowmobile.
Do you like my socks?
Copy that. Oh, I got that. That's right.
disposable gloves. Disposable gloves. Really?
Oh, crap, my hair's caught my zipper again. I got this. Oh, look, I'm dripping like crazy. Why does ski patrol like
girls don't have to clean their rain.
I know, there should be a rule.
last night.
We should send out the guys, don't you think?
I think we
Oh,
should.
your poor hair, it got
Gary?
messed up.
Yeah.
Can we send somebody else? Can one of the guys go out?
Hey, guess what, Chris? What? I learned how to pee with a helmet on. Oh my gosh!
I got that.
Did these hot buns make you look fat?
Oh, there's hair in my mouth. Can you see it? Can you see it? Ah. Oh, poop. Broken nail. Dang it.
Which pocket is that?
Hello? Kirsten, I'm hungry.
Kirsten, come ski with me.
Kirsten, buckle my boots.
I'm so cold.
Oh, ski patrol, take me away.
Oh, I got that. Got that?
Patrol! Thunder! Hot parties!
You know what? I can't reach this.
Hey, Chris, I think I've got you right in the frame.
Make sure you get my face in the video.
Yep.
What's with the hat?
My butt's cold.
But we got done skiing 3 hours ago.
Yeah, and my butt's still cold.
Hi, I'm Linda. I'm with the ski patrol. Can I help you?
Please help.
Mama, I left my water bottle in the car. Can you grab it for me?
Oh yeah, sure, no problem, honey. I got a free hand.
Hey, let's go to the gift shop. Maybe we can play some Fortnite.
Yes!
Let's go. Woo! Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Nice, I like him. Yeah.
Patrol, ski patrol. Excuse me, sir.
Okay. So next is the raffle, Kirsten. So I'm going to pull that slide up so everybody can see this and
Great.
talk about what this all means.
So every year when we have a Division Women's Clinic, what we do is we do a number of giveaways. Now we are going to do a giveaway tonight, but I want to just give a little teaser. There is a quilt that was made, and here's the front and back picture. Linda Murphy Jacobs has put this together with her amazing skills, and this is going to be raffled off next year at the 2022 Central Division Women's Clinic. And it doesn't matter if you go to one clinic or the other of the two clinics. We're going to take all of the participants who are present at those clinics and put their names into the raffle. And we're going to select one person to receive this absolutely amazing quilt made by Linda Murphy Jacobs. And this will be our 20th anniversary. And so that's why we're doing this giveaway and why this is so special. So Murph, number one, thank you for making this amazing thing. And number two, we're really anxious to find out who of our participants in one of the women's clinics next January will be the recipient of this lovely quilt. Also, I just want to let everyone know, just as a reminder, if you've had a watch party tonight and you've hosted it and you have a number of people there, please write into the chat all the names of the people that were at your watch party. We do have prizes tonight because at every women's clinic, we do giveaways, and we do have giveaways tonight. We are putting everyone's name into a name randomizer, and we're going to be selecting names of those who are recipients. We have a number of prizes to give away. Let me just give you a little rundown of some of those prizes. We are giving away 2 event registrations for next year's Women's Clinic 2022. We've got gift cards of $10. We've got headbands that have been made by our most creative Linda Murphy Jacobs. We've got a couple of posters. One is a metal poster, one is a non-metal poster that we're going to be giving away that speak to women ski patrollers and women skiers. We have eyeglass wipes. We have NSP Women's Program pins from the NSP website. We have wine stoppers. We have cookbooks. We have knit hats. We have all sorts of great things that we're going to be giving away to any of the participants that have attended this evening. And so I just want to say again, please make sure to get those names in the chats. If you can't, send an email and list all the people that were part of your group so that we can capture those. And then, Darcy, am I ready to do the wrap up stuff?
You are ready to talk about next year, the wrap up, and there'll be one final slide before we sign off.
Fantastic. I also want to acknowledge that we've had a number of people from other divisions joining us tonight. Amanda from the Southern Division. Obviously you met Tanya Bruce Thomas, who's our National Women's Advisor. I know Deb Endley is on. I think that Julie Stone is on, and Julie and Deb have both been on our national board. Is anybody else on that I've missed? I want to make sure to acknowledge any of you. Please unmute yourself and say hello.
Hello, everybody. This is Ann Blado, your ADD. Just saying hi to everybody. Thanks for being here tonight.
Glad you're here.
Yes, I'm down in Miami, so I'm in the land of warm, as you guys are probably getting snow tonight. So but thanks for participating. You guys are awesome. Chris LeBeau, I loved your mogul video. Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Malie from Welch Village.
Hey, Malie. Malie is the Western Region Women's Advisor. Any other region women's advisors on? Say hello.
This is Charlene Hibbert from Northern Michigan.
Hey, Charlene.
Hi, it's Cricket Nicola. I've taken over the Eastern Michigan Region's Women Advisor position. So.
Oh, and look, Pearl has joined us. Do you have the vest on? Yes.
The vest.
All right.
Great to see everybody.
Anyone else?
Lisa with Central Division.
Lisa Frenzy, where are you? There you are. Lisa, glad you're here. Anyone else?
Hi friends, it's Kim. I'm your OEC person at the division level.
Hey Kim, welcome. Glad you're here. Anyone else?
Jan Boer from Rocky Mountain Division.
Oh, Jan, thanks for joining us. Glad you were in attendance.
Hey, Cheerston, Lisa Warshaw, Lacey Johnson, and Sheila Payson here for you.
All right, people from my patrol. If there are no more region, division, or national staff on, I'm just going to pause here for a moment. I just want to wrap up by saying a couple of things. Number one, next year, all things expected, we will be back together again face to face. And that is the hope and desire for all of us. And what our plan is that Mount Bohemia would like to host us for the Central Division Women's Program next year. And then we are also looking forward to having another Southern area host be Chestnut Mountain. And we are working together to try to make that happen next year. Those were our two event locations this year that we were anticipating. But as you know, everything got put on hold. So we're just going to switch it to next year. Next year, we will celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Central Division Women's Program, and we are excited to do that. If you are planning to attend, know that Pearl and the Vest will be present, as well as Glitter Butt, and we are so happy to have everyone there. The last thing I have to say is I want a big applause by hands, because we can't all be on voice at the same time, for Darcy Hanley. Darcy did an amazing job running all of our technical experience, and she did a wonderful job out there. And thank you, Darcy. I can't express our thanks enough for helping put this together.
You're so welcome. I'm glad it went.
Yeah, the thanks also go to the Central Division Women's staff, and you'll see their names momentarily. Thank you all for joining us. We can't wait to see you next year, and we want to make sure that you have a safe rest of your ski season. So congratulations, everyone. Thank you for participating. I know it went a little longer, and we're glad that you were part of our event tonight. So thank you very much. Stay tuned for the last couple slides.
Nighty Winkies.
Nighty Winkies.
Yay.
Yay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Safe skiing, safe riding.
I have to share, my kids are huge Backyardigan fans. We have the actual stuffed Uniqua that sings. Oh no, she's not singing now. She was before.
Maybe she ran out of batteries.
She ran out of batteries. Oh gosh. Technical difficulties even with the toy.
Oh, are you ripping it open?
Oh no, she was singing 2 seconds ago. Oh well, I promise she does sing the Ski Patrol song and it's hysterical.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your winter. Take care and be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.